The world is changing very fast, and those who are not careful will get left behind. For somebody who is 10 years old today, in 50 years' time, when they will be 60 years old, they'll experience today's 1 year rate of change in 11 days. That is how fast the world is changing. This is according to the book, The Diary of a CEO by Steven Bartlett. How true this is, I'm not really sure, but that's not the point. The point is that the world is changing very fast. These are the words of a CEO of one of the largest music stores in the world. He said that people love music, and that is why we'll never be out of business. His company or his business sold CDs. People commute and wait in long queues in order to buy music CDs. But in about 2001, 2003, Apple released iTunes, and now people could be able to access music, or people could access music from at their convenience. And so his company went out of business. He was right. People love music, but people did not like the fact that they had to travel and commute and also to wait in long queues in order to get music. In 2012, Steven Bartlett, the one I talked about, the author of the book, The Diary of a CEO, and also the YouTube channel, The Diary of a CEO, he had a social media marketing agency. And so at this time, he had a meeting with the marketing director of a fashion brand. The fashion brand was using newspaper advertisement. And Steven Bartlett was trying to convince the marketing director to embrace social media. But the marketing director was so dogmatic about newspaper advertisement, and he was very skeptical of embracing social media advertisement. And so he even ended up finishing the meeting halfway with Steven Bartlett and not even calling him again. But in 2019, the fashion brand filed for bankruptcy. Now, they did not lean into change. They failed to embrace the change that was happening. They were relying on newspaper advertisement at a time when, or in an age of social media. And so that made them succumb to the competition. Why this happens is because of this cognitive dissonance. Cognitive dissonance is a tension one faces when their behavior conflicts with the facts or evidences that are out there. So take, for example, a smoker. A smoker has cognitive dissonance because his behavior of smoking conflicts with the fact that smoking itself is bad for health. And so to reduce that tension, the smoker probably will start coming up with excuses as to why he smokes, as now to reduce that tension, because we as humans don't like that tension. To better explain cognitive dissonance, let me just give a story of an experiment that was conducted of dull people. So a lot of dull and interesting people are brought together in one room. But before they came together in this one room, they were first divided into two groups. The first group was made to endure a difficult and tiring selection process. The second group was just allowed to get into the room. The first group reported to have enjoyed the experience in the room than the second group. Remember, this room is a room full of uninteresting people. So what did the first group report to have enjoyed more? It's because of this cognitive dissonance. So what they are trying to do simply is trying to justify their bad decision of getting into that room, because they have already invested time and energy in getting into that room. Their tension, now this tension for them is larger. They have larger tension, the tension of cognitive dissonance, than the second group. And so now to try to reduce that tension, they'll try to justify their decision of getting to the room, or to justify why they used that time and energy into being selected to get into such a boring room. So the last point, which is an advice, is about leaning into change. Now, only those who will lean into change will not be left behind. There's a lot of things that are happening, especially in the technological sector, things like artificial intelligence. Now, those people who will embrace AI and other technological things that are coming up, only those will not be left behind. Instead of blocking pages that speak about such things, why don't you just follow more of such and try to learn? Even if you don't understand what some of these things are, try to understand and try to see what are the things that you can implement into your daily workflow, which can also make you more efficient and avoid these bankruptcy and also going out of business. So lean into change, embrace change. Remember, taking no risk will be your biggest risk. Of course, take risks wisely.